Hey everyone, welcome to the second episode of year number 5 in the XBA. Our opening week tip-off, plural weeks tip-off, starting with St. Louis going at Houston. Houston was one of my favorite sleepers this year. St. Louis has a good team returning though, and you know that they are going to be a challenger in the Western Conference. Guys, they've made the playoffs every year in this franchise. So 4 years in a row. The only team that can say that, St. Louis Arrows. Opening things up with a miss, and then Julius Randle gonna throw it down. Randle had a big decision to make this offseason, and he decided to stick with the program in St. Louis. You got 3 ball there from McCollum, Buddy Mayer. That's a long 2. It's gonna be 12-8. Eklund has a favorable matchup inside, and he'll exploit that. Inside again, Eklund is gonna clean it up and score. Houston building a commanding lead here, 22-12. KJ Summers gonna hit a 3 to keep St. Louis in the mix here. You got almost 2.5 left. Bamba gonna draw the foul. Bertans commits it, but Bamba is gonna miss both. So that's no good. And Houston will be charging the other way and going to Eklund. Who else? He's been a force so far in this game with 6 points at the center position. EJ Sanders, couple decent looks inside. Nothing doing. Eklund again, deep 2. And he will convert. So make it 39-31. Inside will be EJ Sanders. And now a chucked up 3 there before halftime. 39-33. The Houston Lawmen are in business. 10-5 for the second-year center, Eklund. Out of Sweden. He's looking pretty good. We get a lay-in there. Buddy Mayer keeps us within 6. We get a miss. Randall's going to clean it up. CJ McCollum, he's getting up there in years now. This is year number 5. Maybe he lost a bit of a touch there. I don't know. Buddy Mayer, he's hanging around that 3-point mark. It's going to go to EJ Sanders with a miss. No good. Bertans gets the rebound. And Bertans has been playing pretty good as a free agent guy for Houston. Eklund will lay it in, making an 8-point lead. 3 ball there from Nasir Little, that's good. 70-67. Patrick Williams, no good. Bamba gets the rebound, and Buddy Mayer is going to take it up the court. Julius Randle has a clear lane to the hoop. Make it a 1-point game, and St. Louis a chance for the lead, and they score. 71-70. Patrick Williams blocked, and momentum here in the fourth quarter is trending towards St. Louis. Buddy Mayer is going to score. It's a 2-point game right now. CJ McCollum will convert and tie. He's got 13 today. Phoenix Wah, a little light on the Phoenix Wah highlights so far. And a miss. So Eklund's going to take it down by himself and draws the foul on Buddy Mayer. If I'm Buddy, just get out of the way. You're not going to make a difference. Phoenix Wah for 2. 80-79. 3 ball for Houston is good. Colin Sexton. Nasir Little thought he had it. He will get it eventually. 83-81. 3 ball there. It's going to be Williams again. Patrick Williams will knock it down. 85-81. Phoenix Wah. So we are exchanging buckets here in a big way. Arrows going to call timeout after the conversion. Down by 4. And Eklund is going to maul Buddy Mayer. So if you guys had that on your bingo card for the matchup today, it'd be Buddy Mayer versus Eklund. We had a couple situations there with Mayer on defense. He's going to miss both. And Eklund's like, you going to foul me? You going to foul me? And that'll do it, guys. 91-86 is your final. Houston will take the W here in the opening game. St. Louis off to not a great start, but there is plenty of season left. 69 games to be exact. Eklund 22-11. Sexton had 16-1. McCollum also productive, 15 points. Nasir Little was the leading scorer for the Arrows. Pierre had 11-5, and Summers had 11 in his debut. Jackson Neptunes here in New Orleans, and there is Apollo St. Patrick getting all stretched out for this one. He's going to need to be as limber as possible because he's got a lot of options to guard here. Juan Argueta being the foremost right there, and he's going to draw a foul to start. So, important thing for New Orleans, I feel like you can't forget about Argueta because he had a very good rookie year. Another solid follow-up season last year, and he's looking to build off that and become a superstar in his own right. and you add in Klay Thompson to this mix, and New Orleans is looking like one of the favorites. And in our intro video, I feel like I did snub Las Vegas a little bit. A team that did make the playoffs last year. As you see St. Patrick with a steal, and he's going to throw it down over Argata, make it 22-16 right now. Here's RJ Jacobeth, going to clean it up there. But anyway, the Jacks, definitely one of the deeper teams in this XBA, I would argue. Very strong starting five as well when you throw Jaylen Brown into the mix with Jokic and St. Patrick. So maybe I'm guilty of sleeping on the Jacks. I snubbed them in my Western Conference projection. And right now, they are making the Neptunes hurt right now. 48-34. There's Jacobeth on the other end. He blocked Kawhi Leonard. So Jacobeth's looking to make a bigger impact this year. He didn't get a ton of minutes last time, but you know, now he's got a little bit of experience under his belt, and he looks like he's up to the challenge here. As Argata's going to miss right before the half. 51-36 right now in a dominant performance by Las Vegas. Apollo St. Patrick was 17. Argata's got 13, so he is pulling his weight. As far as Klay Thompson and company, Kawhi Leonard, I haven't seen them too much here tonight, and it's adding up into this blowout. Damian Lillard trying to get things going. He's going to knock down a 3. Still a 13-point game, though. Jaylen Brown going to throw it down, and we got 68-53. Larry Nance going to foul. It's going to be Kendrick and St. Patrick inside. St. Patrick going to go for 3 here, and he converts. Apollo St. Patrick, who knows? I mean, this could be really his breakout season. This will be his 3rd year in the league? 4th. I'm trying to come up with 4th year in the league. Yeah, he was a year 1 guy. So this is really his time to become that superstar and enter that mix of the top players in the league, if he's not there already. But we'll see how the year goes for Apollo St. Patrick. We have a 103-83 win for Las Vegas. Dominating performance there. Looking at the scoreboard there, Argata led the way with 22. Jokic had 36 and 19. St. Patrick 26, 10, and 5. 10 of 13 from the field. So you want to talk about efficiency, St. Patrick was that. All right, let's go into the black hole to check out this matchup between Montreal and Vancouver. There's a crime against the series. Again, I did not ever think to put this game together. The two Canadian teams have never played each other on video in this series. That should have been done year number 1. Not sure what the plan was there. Well, now we have 3 Canadian teams, as you know. Vancouver kind of in that rebuild mode. They've got a ton of young talent. They're hoping that they're going to progress a little bit ahead of schedule. Damian Dillard, one of those young players. Montreal, wow, Dillard, nice play. Foul on Jackson Gordon. Montreal's got a good young nucleus of their own. PJ Washington, Romeo Langford, Blackman. Got Gobert anchoring the middle. They've been drafting some decent players like James Heath, and there's Laderman for 3. Gets the roll. Along with Jackson Gordon. So Montreal's got a young group as well. Obviously, oh my goodness. That was Lou Bell. Those young players, those young guards for Vancouver. Are they going to give this to him? He looks pretty confident that that beat the clock shot, and it did. So 31-29. Kelly for 3. Kelly is over an 80. He was an XBA 2 guy, but he had a lot of high potential coming out of Abilene Christian. He's a bit of a taller point guard, and he's really nasty. I mean, he likes to get in there and get the rebounds, but he can shoot it as well. And there's Joe Beck, first round selection for Vancouver. One of their 3 picks, along with Nash. And can't think of who the 3rd guy was, but they had a 3rd pick at the bottom there. I can't think of it. 52-48. And a miss right before halftime. So Marvin Bagley is like the leader of this team, all right? He's got 10 and 5 tonight. Getting a little bit outplayed by Montreal, but it's a tight game nonetheless. LaBelle going to get fouled by Kelly. It's a tie game right now. We got about 2 minutes left in the 3rd. Chizoba, nothing doing. Not good there. He just kind of chucked that one up, and Romeo Langford gets an easy look inside. 83-76. Chizoba again with a chance, and he's going to get blocked. Kelly is going to corral it in, and then we have a 2-ball there by Jackson Gordon. 85-76. So Vancouver is collapsing right before the end of the third quarter. I don't know if they told these guys that, but you do have to play all of the minutes on the clock. You can't just glide into the next quarter and pretend that that last minute and a half doesn't count, because it assuredly does. And Montreal for 2 there. It's going to be 97-85. Blackman scores, so they're starting to pull away in a big way. Robert Covington will score, and he's getting excited. You know, I don't know if he's just trying to spur on a comeback, but I don't think it's going to happen with 2:40 left. Blackman's going to knock that one down. Vancouver put up a few points there at the end, but it is a 103-95 win for Montreal as they take this game in the Canada Series. I don't know if it's Canada Cup. I don't know what you want to call that. Now you throw Toronto into the mix. Maybe that's going to confuse things. Maybe it's a round robin. I don't know. But they take this W. California and El Paso. You got CJ Thomas in the house. Hendricks in the house. California is a team that has a lot of things going for them. They're young. Some of the pundits out there think this might be their year if things happen as expected, and if Jin Hao can be a big part of this offense and defense at center. Center's been a position of hurt for the Dragons. They added Hassan Whiteside last year, and they got worse somehow. But here's Jin Hao again scoring. California off to a nice start. El Paso losing DeAndre Ayton. It's going to be a big hole for this team. They have Ricardo Bordone here. He's 6'6", so you can't really rely on him to play center, although that is one of his alternate positions, but he can score, and that's what you're seeing him do right there, is he's got a lot of points on the board in that first half. LaMarcus Aldridge, as of right now, is the starter. We'll see how he does. This is Thiago Da Silva, the Euro free agent acquisition for California. He's a 75 overall, so he's going to be a bench player, but he can hit some threes at shooting guard. James Harden trying to get going. A little slow start here for El Paso. 3-ball good before the half. And guys, we're going to go into this thing. Dragons 41, Peppers 37. You see Bordone down there, like I said. He's got 14 points. So maybe him and Nico should be on that starting crew. I don't know. But as of right now, they're sticking with LaMarcus Aldridge. 43-42. Jin Hao going to go to the line. Aldridge with the foul. 46-44. That's going to be Moutier off-kilter shot for 2. Tie game, and Jordan Poole's going to take the lead for El Paso. Still tied, though. James Harden trying to knock a 3 down, and he will get it with the green. 55-55. Going to be a 3-ball. Yeah, Kemba Walker, 58-55. Get a steal. Going the other way, that's going to be Pascal throwing it down. So California building a lead. Aldridge for a 2. That'll be Hendricks. 82-73. And Jin Hao is going to commit the foul here on Bordone. So Bordone gets to the line. It's going to hit a couple. 83-77. Nikos will foul Kemba Walker. So we're going to have 2:14 here left in the game. Kemba hits the first. And, all right, we get a miss. 84-77. Peppers charging. James Harden for 2. That's the guy you want shooting this thing. We get another 2. That's going to be Dre Merrick. Inside, CJ Thomas will lay it in over James Harden. Thomas will pick up his 18th point in the game. Aldridge cleans up his own miss. This thing is still a ball game, 86-83. And CJ Thomas, where does he get those hops from? I don't know, but he can get up there. 88-86, Hendricks. So we got a back and forth. Last minute here, everybody's making the shots until we get a miss from Kobe White. I want to say Cole Anthony, but I was trying to remember that name. Kobe White with a miss. 85-95-89. CJ Thomas is excited. Harden with 25 in this one. Bordone had 16. He was 7 of 11. That's might be somebody to watch as we progress through this year number 5. CJ Thomas was the leading scorer. Hendricks with 15. That's what you want to see if you are the Dragons. So we went with the other super team here, quote-unquote super team, New Orleans Neptunes, earlier in this video. And now we're going to check out the other one that's getting a lot of offseason hype, the Miami Night Owls. And right now they're getting pounced on by Pittsburgh. It'll be 9-4. Kelvin Hobbs is going to score. Hobbs is one of the new faces here in this lineup. one of the top power forwards on the board. Good offensive threat at that position, but the additions for Miami of Gilgeous-Alexander and Sabonis, alongside Tatum and Mitchell, and you've got to figure that this Miami team is going to be one of the better ones in the XBA. I mean, I would hope. If they're not, then something is seriously broken there for Coach Chris and this Miami team. But, I mean, you can't sleep on Pittsburgh either, because right now they're beating them pretty easily, as Tatum is going to lay one in over Roscoe Todorovic, and Sabonis will go inside and score. So it's 52-47. Again, Night Owls charging. Calvin Hobbs will score over Bol. This is a close game right now, 52-49. Both teams shooting well. Reddish with 14 off the bench, so Reddish is having himself a ball game. We have 54-53. Hardaway will score, and that'll be the first lead for Miami in this game. They finally get the lead. Reddish for the tie. And then on the other end again, it's going to be Pittsburgh. Kozlov on defense. Nothing doing. 69-66. Creighton flips it back to Towns, and you can't leave Karl Anthony Towns back there despite his size and position. He'll knock those down once in a while. 75-70. That's Mike King, and formerly an XBA 3 guy. So a guy that was undrafted a couple of years ago out of Oregon. Spent year number 3 with XBA 3. Last year with the Orlando Voyagers, and now he's on the bench for Miami. It's a team that doesn't have a ton of bench depth, and that might be where Pittsburgh has the edge in this one. 92-89, we get a miss. Hardaway can't get the rebound, and Roscoe is going to end up with it. We are under 2 minutes left, and Spencer Dinwiddie's looking pretty cold here. Let's see if he can find somebody open. Thought he might go into Roscoe. He does. Roscoe against Kozlov. The Euro matchup there is going to go to Roscoe. Tatum kind of falling away. Will miss. Dinwiddie going to rebound and get drilled there. It's going to be 30 seconds or so on the clock, and Dinwiddie gets number 1 and number 2. So we're looking at a 6-point game in Pittsburgh in the opener. Night Owl's going to call timeout there. Under 30 seconds. At 29.9 seconds, they finally call the timeout. Here's Tatum for 3, and it goes around the world, rattles in. 99-96. Miami electing not to foul. It's a curious decision by Mr. Chris. It is a one-possession game, but if you get the ball back, you're not going to score. So a very questionable decision to end this game. Thank you, CPU Logic. All right, Reddish, 21 points, led the way off the bench, so that was a very good performance for him. And Tatum with 26, Sabonis 18 and 17, and then Mitchell and Hobbs chipped in with 13 apiece. So, guys, we are going to go ahead a little bit. We're about a week later from where we were for the opening games, and those are our standings right now. Pittsburgh, Montreal, Washington undefeated. Neon and Kentucky sitting also at 2-0. Chicago 1-1, and this will be the first time we get to look at the New Look BC Chicago team and the New Look New York Neon. They're going to add Andre Drummond at center and start Curry Lyons at small forward. The thing I noticed about Lyons was his size. I mean, he looks a little big for his position there, even at small forward. That's something to factor in there. That's also why he went as high as he did. He can shoot the 3, and right now Drummond is pitching in here for the Neon, but we get a 2-ball. Chris Paul's starting to score a little bit. 12-6 right now. Jamal Nkolo inside Chris Paul. Paul is going to score again. Here's Hiroshi Okada as Chicago is building up a 10-point lead. Okada, he's like, I'm going to show you how these moves go, old man, Mr. Conley. You saw the game on the bottom. Okada had a big game against Philadelphia, and he's going to fly one into Paxson, and Paxson gets a tip, and we got a steal, 41-32. Chris Paul laying is good. Double-digit lead for BC Chicago. Tobias Harris kind of ends that drought. Curry Lyons inside. Nice moves. Again, he's a big dude. He is a big dude, and he's weaving his way in there, making those layups. Oladipo will miss right before the half. New York tacked on a few buckets there at the end to make this thing a contest, 43-38. Neither team shooting particularly well. Chris Paul, though, with 15. The veteran presence there. Mike Conley gets a lay-in. So Conley is coming off the bench this year for New York. Obviously, the Neon are saying it's time now to get RJ Hampton off of that 6-man duty and into the starting lineup. Improve his chemistry perhaps with CJ Kemmerly. Haven't seen too many Kemmerly highlights tonight, but he's getting on the scoreboard a little bit, but not as much as usual. 85-80, and Colo scores. It'll be a 7-point lead, and there's Wayne Cartwright, the guy that had comparisons coming out 3 years ago to Zion Williamson. This could be the year where Cartwright really takes off and becomes a star in the league. We'll see if he can get like those all XBA honors. It would be about time. Year number 3. Drummond gets the rebound, going to CJ Kemmerly. We got about 45 seconds. Kemmerly throws it in. Tobias Harris with the dunk. This thing is still a game with 6 points, but we have a defensive 3-second violation on Tobias Harris. And that might do it, guys, with 30 seconds on the clock, and it will. 91-83 is your final. New York is knocked from the ranks of the unbeaten. Although you can't really call it that, considering they were 2 games in. But Conley was the leading scorer. Paul had 21, and Colo with 20. Cartwright 9, 10, and 3. Mitchell Robinson 12 rebounds. We are going to go to the Storm Center. We have the Alaska Chill against the San Diego Cyclones. Alaska going to start Jameer Sikora, the rookie, at point guard. But obviously this team is going to revolve around what Giannis does. There's already St. Patrick with an odd-looking shot there. Apollo Steele slams it down. San Diego, the one knock you're going to have on this team is their lack of size, as Darius Bazley can't play the center position. You don't want him to play center, but he's the starting power forward. St. Patrick, also kind of a big guy, but you don't want him playing center either. So it's up to TJ Leaf and Kevin Looney to man that center spot as far as guys that can be true centers. It's going to be a small ball kind of look. But, you know, San Diego, like I mentioned, they do have size at other positions. Small forward and power forward in particular. So, you know, right now they are getting off to a big lead, and Justice Bettis is going to be the victim of a goaltending to get on the board tonight with a 2. Justice Bettis at shooting guard. This thing is not even close right now. Apollo Steele with a nice 2 there. It's still 59-36 though. TJ Leaf gonna score. So San Diego, so far that small ball thing is not, or let's put it this way, the medium ball thing is not an issue. I mean, that's a good old ass whooping right there if you go by that box score. Alaska's not even in the ballpark here. I don't know what their problem is exactly. It's just not making a lot of shots right now from 3 range, and San Diego has been active beyond the arc, and that really accounts for this big lead. Alaska's trying to get this thing close as Isaac turns on the Jets. There's a nice pass inside of St. Patrick, and he can't convert. So it's a 16-point game, and the steal going the other way. Bettis can't lay it in. Contested look there. 91-75. Giannis will get to the line. Foul on Westbrook. He hits 1. And again, San Diego, they're looking for that kill shot, and it hasn't quite come yet. Giannis will dunk it. It's an 11-point game, so this thing's not over yet. But that could be what finally does it. Westbrook gets to the line, knocks down a couple, and 97-84. So Alaska's comeback, quote-unquote, or scare quote, comeback, not going to happen. 97-84. Alaska was 3 for 24 3-point shooting in this one. Westbrook hit more 3-pointers than the entire Alaska Chill did, and that was really the difference. 33 points for them. Porter was 2 of 7. Isaac 0 of 3. Jaconde 0 of 1. You know, Omar likes to shoot the 3 ball even as a huge center. I don't know if that's what he wants to do, but that's what he does. Carolina Fly Guys at last year's champions, the Atlanta Olympians. A little bit of a different look for Atlanta this year. With Azari Woods, your starting point guard, they lost John Wall to, who else? The Carolina Fly Guys. Carolina losing LeBron James to retirement, so you got to feel like the Fly Guys are in a bit of a rebuild mode. They had a veteran roster. There's Rudd for 2. Rudd is a guy that they picked in the second round. They need him to be a vocal centerpiece of this team as a leader, as the point guard. And then Preston Burnside is a guy that's got a lot of character to him. He's the kind of guy that is going to draw a lot of the media attention, and he likes that kind of thing. You know, he's off to a pretty decent start here scoring-wise. He misses a 3 there. 7 points, for Atlanta. It'll be 9 after the Sobchak score. And there's Burnside challenging Sobchak. It's going to be 42-35. So Burnside, you know, I mean, that's a tall order. You're asking him to replace LeBron James for this Carolina team. And right now, I don't even know how this is a ball game if you go off the field goal percentages. But Carolina is still sticking around in this thing. Burnside scoring again. Sobchak with the tip in. 56-49. Clint Capella. What else is he going to do other than rebound and score? That's what he does. He scores right under the basket after he gets the offensive rebound. Jean-Philippe Mbassi scores. And there's Demetrius Edwards-George for 3. Might have been a steal for Atlanta there at the bottom of that first round as he's getting some minutes. Burnside scores. He's up to 23 points now. Burnside looking very good in this game for Carolina. This isn't his debut technically, but it's the first time we've seen him in that Fly Guys blue. And he scores again. 88-81. Make it 90-81. Capella inside gets his own miss. He's going to clean that up and score, make it a double-digit lead for the Olympians as they look to be in control here. Burnside gets the foul against Butler. They are inside a 10, but Burnside is going to miss that one, and that should just about do it. They're going to send Turner to the line. Let's see if Turner will show Burnside how it's done. He's like, this is how you shoot the free throw. Beautiful, right there. One more should probably just about do it. Push it to a 7-point lead for Atlanta. And that will do it, guys. 94-87. Olympians get the W. Although Carolina, I thought a team that would be in complete rebuild mode towards the cellar of the Eastern Conference. They're not doing too bad so far. We'll see the standings through the end of October, entering November 1st. You guys see that score on the bottom there? That New York, California game was a double overtime game. So, that was a lot of points for that one. Let's just look at some scores around the league here. Neptunes get the win. Stampede get their first W. Supernovas look like they're struggling. Power beat the Chili Dogs, and the Vortex beat the Paladins. So the Vortex over 500. The next day would be Summit over the Stags. Supernovas drop a game there. Dragons lose to the Jacks. Peppers get the Chill, 98-87. New York on a bit of a losing streak. They started 2-0, and they've dropped the last 4 games. Neptunes looking to get back on track. They're 5-2. Cyclones, after that big game that we saw, that drubbing that they had against Alaska, they've dropped a couple games as well. City Slickers lose to the Arrows. The Jump get the win over Montreal, 99-86. Carolina drops the game against Houston by 1. Stampede trying to right the ship. They're going to beat Detroit in that game. So let's look at the standings right now. Philadelphia outscoring their opponents by 16.5 points a game. BC Chicago, though, at 6-2, leading the Eastern Conference. No big surprises there at the top of the Eastern Conference. Tampa Bay at 3-2. Columbus 3-2. Detroit with 3 wins. Cincinnati, Toronto 2-3. That's what I was kind of looking for them. I'm like, is this going to be one of those years where the rosters is completely outmatched, or are they going to do better than you would expect out of an expansion team and out of the worst team in the league? And so far, those 3 teams, Detroit, Toronto, Cincinnati, not eliminated yet after 2.5 weeks. New Orleans 5-2 atop the Western Conference. Nashville 4-1. Denver at 5-3. Vegas, Houston, California with 4 wins apiece. LA at 500. Okay, looking to see them do a little bit better. And at the bottom, you see kind of the mainstays in the Western Conference there. Kansas City, Alaska, El Paso, Honolulu, and then Phoenix at 2-5. San Diego 2-5. I thought they showed some things in that win against Alaska. Still early though, no need to panic. Let's look at the points leaders. John Morant averaging 31 a game. Apollo St. Patrick at 29. Malik at 28. Wyatt Price 26. Kemerly 25. CJ Thomas at 23. So that's kind of what you want to see at this stage in our dynasty. Diamantakos there at 22. It's about time now for the new guard to start taking over the points leaders and the league leaders and all the stats, as we're 5 years into this thing. So guys are starting to come into their own. They're going to be 2 or 3 year pros. I'm impressed with Shem and Hargrove. 34 against Denver and 21, 21, 22. So Hargrove is putting up some numbers in a big way. Marcel McFly also has 20 points a game. I didn't quite get to him there, but he is having a very productive rookie year for McFly. We'll check in next week. We'll have the entire month of November done and ready for you guys, and we'll have the injury report there. I usually don't turn on injuries until about this time, at least a month and a half into the season, because I feel like this game, there are too many like drastic injuries. I don't know if it happens that frequently in real life, but it's like you turn on injuries for a week and guys, they just start dropping like flies. Like 8 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months. You're like, oh, let's just cool the Jets a little bit. I don't want the teams to give up hope yet. That's kind of the big thing. So that's kind of how we've always managed the injuries in the XBA. So guys, if you like this thing, leave a like. We'll see you in the next video. For November, we're going to be moving along quickly here. Before you know it, we'll be into the trade deadline and all that good stuff, and hopefully the playoffs around the corner. So guys, peace.